It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. All that and more coming up next.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Miami. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
And that is incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tua sets up to pass it. Open man is Waddle, complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this one is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run and then executed.
Now 2nd and 9. Again, it's Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. 23 yards, the final tally.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yardage, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Complete. Smith has it. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Rodgers going to throw. Caught by Wilson. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Second down in the yard. A give up the middle to Johnson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That burst good for 20 and a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
From the gun, it's Tua. Throw caught by Achane. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they run the option on second down. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. Here's Tua. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A big kick, 50 yards that time, with a return of 4. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Now Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Rodgers.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On play action, Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
DK Metcalf.
37 yards.
And the Steelers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Then the Dolphins getting set to go here.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down.
In motion right here, Washington.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's going to launch it for Washington.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Hill going to go in motion right. Now Tua going to fake the jet sweep and the handoff as he'll drop to throw it. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Tua. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting ready to go back to work. And he's had an early impact on the game. Sensational so far. And they'll likely be looking to find more ways to get him involved.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
On play action, it's Rodgers.
Catch is made by Metcalf.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. He has already cracked the century mark in receiving in this opening quarter. Defensively, they're going to have to do something about him in a hurry because that last catch puts him over the 100-yard mark. We haven't even hit the 2nd quarter yet.
And you did say they'd have to do it in a hurry. It has to be right now because as his confidence grows, it'll actually overwhelm the defense. No matter what they do, he'll feel like they can't stop him.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Gonna look deep for Wilson. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 53 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the 1st half. And here's another play for big yardage.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Throwing is Rodgers. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This one from 35 yards away. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Tua sets up to pass it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Steelers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Now a play fake. Rodgers.
He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Rodgers now to throw. Steps away to his left. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Now it's Rodgers.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg.
Out to the flat here for Johnson.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Rodgers to throw. Completes it to Austin. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Tua going to throw.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
That's out to Hill, right side complete. This is 2nd and 8.
In motion right here, Washington.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's Tua.
Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Tua with a quick throw, caught out wide. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Rodgers going to throw. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Rodgers again now.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And all the way down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. To throw is Rodgers. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. On play action. Now Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Back at the 16 now after the sack. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Washington now brings this out. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Muscles by at the 25. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6.
Up the middle, Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Third and 3.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
60 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Throwing is Rodgers.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
No, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
They go back to the ground with Johnson, and he's going to take this one down to the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Nine-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Now Rodgers. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Now Rodgers.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that drive is going pretty darn well. 3 previous times, converted on 3rd down. But on that one, the defense rose up and said, enough of that.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off from the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. From the gun, it's Tua.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. In motion, Hill. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They give to Johnson going right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They go to Johnson again.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. And even 100 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Now a play fake. Rodgers.
Catch is made by Metcalf.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Over the middle to Smith. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd and 5.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Rodgers now to throw. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at the 20. In motion, Hill.
Here's Achane to start the drive.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Tua going to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. Tua sets up to pass it.
They set up the screen. Achane has it.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
I think he had eyes on that run the whole time. Good anticipation, because it seemed to me he waited for the coverage to get drawn away and then had the easy scamper out of bounds to get the short yardage first down.
From midfield, here's Tua.
Across midfield.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Timing is so important on a route like this, because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Now Tua.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's Tua. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Throw caught by Achane.
They juked him. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years at not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
2 yards to go, second down.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
Short throw going to be caught by Waller.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game, as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. They complete it to Hill. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon Achane.
A 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
On play action, Rodgers.
Across the formation, he hits Austin.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 34. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end, Freiermuth. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still 2nd down.
Now it's Rodgers.
Got his man, it's Warren.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So an important one there as they widen their lead in this fourth quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point, because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Miami set to take over.
And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball,
leader, right,
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's second down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Looking to pass. Tua. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Achane gets it from the gun.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down and 3.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. And that will be incomplete as well. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Rodgers.
Here's Freiermuth again.
And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
On play action, it's Rodgers.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
DK Metcalf
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
On play action, here's Tua.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
From the 48-yard line, here's the second down and 6.
Play action, now it's Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. In motion, Hill. They fake the handoff, now Tua. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa looking for the end zone.
And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's Johnson again on second down.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
117 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew this is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'll be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't they?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.